Welcome, everybody. This is Madison the Mad Goddess, and we are back with another installation of Dragon Age Inquisition DLC Trespasser. And when last we left our intrepid adventurer Rowan, she had just made it to Skyhold, and so now we have to run around and talk to a bunch of people. So let's get that taken care of. First, we need to get Skyhold. Oops. Don't know what I did there. Functional and operational by talking to Solus.
My friend.
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself in your studies. If you have time, I'd like to hear more.
Hello, Warden of my heart. It was a pleasure watching you play last night.
Somewhere more interesting than this.
How have you been? Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah, I know. And Empress de Leon is definitely one of those areas you want to pay attention to. Ah. So you just popping in to say hello, or are you sticking around?
Why here?
Haven is familiar. It will always be important to you.
We talked about that already.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
Running a new tune, obviously, and trying to decide who she should romance. I think we did, what, Josephine last time, wasn't it? So I'm thinking Iron Bull. It's so tempting to go with Solus, though, for this, just for the heartache.
How long can it take to look at a mark on my hand?
A magical mark of unknown origin? Tied to a unique breach in the veil? Longer than you might think. I ran every test I could imagine. Searched the Fade, yet found nothing. Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
Cassandra's like that with everyone.
Yes. You were never going to wake up? How could you? A mortal sent physically through the Fade. I was frustrated, frightened. The spirits I might have consulted had been driven away by the breach. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
The breach threatened the whole world. Where did you
Yada,
plan to
yada,
go?
yada, yada.
Someplace far away, where I might research a way to repair the breach before its effects reached me. I never said it was a good plan. I told myself, one more attempt to seal the rifts. I tried and failed. No ordinary magic would affect them.
Alright, so let's get to it.
I watched the rifts expand and grow, resigned myself to flee, and then... It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
Oh, it's so tempting. You still don't like him. It's so tempting. So tempting. But no.
It was that impressive to see me awake.
You had walked in the Fade.
Eggman.
I have explored the Fade more than anyone alive. But even I can only visit in dreams. But you might have been able to visit me here while awake.
What do you mean?
Where do you think we were?
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. probably best discussed after you...
Surprised you're not romancing Blackwall. Yeah, he's a heartbreaker, though. I don't know, Blackwall is always an option. Good, 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 good. I won't spoil it for you then. What I don't like is, like, with every other character that you can romance, you get, like, you can steal a kiss or anything, you know, things like that. And but you can't do that with Solus. Once you romance him, it's just like he just says Venan or my heart. You don't give him any good weapons or armor. Nope, nothing with him. Let's see. Let's go with that. Yeah, I know you were telling me that he's your honey bunny.
They have certainly spared no expense.
But if I flirt with him now, then I'm gonna get hard locked into a romance with him. Well, not really. I can always have the option of breaking up with him, but I've never broken up with anybody before. So, I don't want to do that. We'll set that as active. That's who I was probably thinking about. I was considering Iron Bull. Josephine was just way... She's just way too sweet. I feel kind of, like, dirty. Naughty. Alright.
We can't fight a god. Honored, Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhold. Did my part on the walls.
Oh yeah, he
now
is.
I'm on this strange collection you've brought us.
It's a good thing I've
Don't
set
know
my
it's
channel
worth
to
the fight
mature.
Exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day. And before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf, right? Tevinter, early. Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest
Blah, blah,
things.
blah, blah, blah.
Massive.
Not you.
Do you have
Not you.
insight into the stories
The
these
stories.
tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what. Who better, right? A good dwarf.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Let's talk to Madame Vivienne. My least favorite character of all time.
It was a mistake to use Haven as a base of operations.
Oh,
The town was
shush you,
completely
woman.
indefensible.
It was a bad location. We should have...
You left yourself vulnerable to attack. It was a miscalculation, one that I'm sure you won't repeat. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
I'm not going to forgive what happened at Haven. Corypheus will answer for what he's done.
You're angry. Good. Anger can save you when everything else is gone. Just make sure you put it to good use. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. You can become the leader the faithful require.
Alright, shut up, Vivian. I had enough of that. I watched you take down that dragon last night. That was badass. But Dorian, man. Dorian kept dying. What was up with Dorian dying all the time?
So, this is Skyhold. Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications.
He was just like dropping like
We'll
a
be able
fly.
to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down. Even if I have
Oh,
to die to do it.
you're not using the golden nug, so you can use your old schematics? Tempting. Flirt or don't flirt? Flirt or don't flirt? Flirt or don't flirt? Flirt or don't flirt? Okay.
I'm not losing anyone to Corypheus. Especially not you.
You can't afford to think I'm special. I'm a soldier no different than any soldier lost at Haven. I am fond of you, it's true, but we can't let this go any further. This, whatever you want this to be, is impossible.
Why is it impossible? I know you have feelings for me.
My lady, don't. You're the Inquisitor, the Herald of Andraste. Even now, there are people flocking to your banner ready to serve, to die. We must remain focused on the task at hand.
I'm not what they say I am. I never asked them to believe.
But they do, and it's too late to go back. Whoever you were is gone. They believe you're the Herald because they need to. Without that hope, all that's left is despair.
I did that for
We're
you.
both bound by duty. Our lives aren't ours to live. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Guess it's time to talk to Varric and meet the champion of Kirkwall. Shitty armor. Yeah. It is a challenge because you get used to your golden nug and then going back to loot drop weapons and items is like, well, crap. I bet it's tempting just to use that golden nug and use your collected schematics.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Oh, be still my beating
Hawk,
heart.
the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
Oh, 30th game is... Hey, my hubby hosted
You've already
me.
dropped half a mountain on
Thank
the
you,
bastard.
honey.
I'm sure anything I can tell you pales in comparison.
I know it's you. It says 30x gamer. I said thank you, honey.
Oh, I don't know. You did save a city from a horde of rampaging Kunari.
I don't see how that really applies. Or is there a horde of rampaging Kunari I don't know about?
Yeah, there's one Kunari.
There's a Kunari. He almost qualifies as a horde all by himself. Fortunately, he's on our side.
So then, what can I tell you?
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against
30x
each other.
gamer is
If the
my
Wardens had
husband
disappeared,
sitting over
they
here.
could have fallen under his control again.
I still think they should have, once they brought him into the game, the champion of Kirkwall, Hawk, they should have kept him. Kept him
If
in the
that's
game
what
and made
happened
him
to
an
the
option.
Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first.
Very
I've
upset
got a
that they
friend in the
didn't.
Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Loghain. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange
Yeah.
form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I have Logain as the Grey Warden on this run.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility.
Oh, it's to
I thought I'd killed him
prevent,
before.
you know, acid
This
or
time,
whatever from
I'll make sure
splashing up in his face.
of it.
No,
Inquisitor,
it's not a book. It's a part of his armor.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts.
Aurora Dead, you
He
must
sent
have
them
come
after
from
me,
30X
and I
Gamers
didn't
channel.
just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground.
See, if
Maybe
you look,
his
it's
tie
a
to
part
the
of his
blight
armor.
somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic.
But welcome
he
to my
was dead.
stream.
I swear it.
And where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the chantry.
I'm Madison
sending
the
an
Mad
exalted
Goddess,
march to
and
Kirkwall
this is
to put
Dragon
down
Age
the rebellion.
Inquisition.
I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got it now.
I'd like to know more about Anders.
I
What
thought
was he
maybe
like?
you came from my husband's channel so that
It's
you were
not
like, what in the hell is
minstrels
that?
make it out to be. He's not just a monster or a hero. Or maybe he's both. He was trying
Oh,
to
really?
change the world.
That's pretty
He
cool.
knew it couldn't happen
I
peacefully.
didn't know that Warden in my heart.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
Is it
When
any
the
good?
Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the Free Marches. Meryl is helping elven refugees who were displaced by the war. I didn't want to take her away from that.
Oh, really?
Meryl's spent enough
That's a
time
shame. I'm
fighting
addicted
for
to
her
this
life
game.
with me.
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was,
Has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Now that I've played this one, I can't do the other two. That's weird. It's a hit and miss with me with Frosty Mod, so I kind of ditched it.
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
Hey, enough! You're taking his side? I said enough! We needed someone to lead this Inquisition.
Somebody's
First, Liliana and I
pissed.
searched for the hero of Ferelden, but he had vanished. Then we looked for Hawk, but he was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved
Oh
Most
god,
Holy.
this one's gonna be forever talking to everybody in Skyhold.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So
She
I
does.
must accept what? That the Maker wanted all this to
I
happen?
like the romance with
That
her
he-
too.
That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we
But a
needed
good
Hawk
soap
most,
opera.
Varric kept him secret.
That's why I'm trying to
He's
get
with
through
us
all of
now.
this
We're on
cutscene
the
bullshit
same
so I can
side.
get to the game.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
I understand.
I'm hoping Dragon Age 4 won't have as many cutscenes as this one does.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
So is it a game you like to watch and not play, or what? Aurora Dead.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him and you'd tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter.
I didn't know you were getting
I
commissioned
don't
for it.
deserve to be here.
That's
Have you
awesome.
looked at our Inquisition, Cassandra? We're all fools here.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
More at home, maybe.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to
You
send
can always
you.
skip through the
But
dialogue.
he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Go ahead and see if you can add a link. I'm not sure if you can add a link. Go ahead and give it a try. I think we ran into that problem last time you were here, and I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure. So go ahead and drop the link.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Ah. Nope, didn't work. Honey, how do I, allow links? Or can you do that as a mod? Yeah, 1 second. There we go. Alright, drop it again. Alright, let me open that up real quick and bookmark it. Bookmark this under game. Alrighty, done and done. Oh, thank you for following me, Dead. Thanks. Yay! Another follower. Woo! I'm excited. Oh, I totally walked right by Sexy Man. What's up, Bull?
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Qun. Just, I don't know, job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's...
I think I need to talk to
Iron
Varric
Bull
one more
technically.
time, and...
I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless
Liliana
weapon. An
and
implement
Dorian
of destruction.
and
That really works
Blackwall
for me.
one last time, and that's about it.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
All right, Dad. Have a good one.
Hey, boss.
Thanks for the follow. See you later. Bye bye
What did
bye
you want
bye
me to
bye
come
bye
see?
bye.
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Why am I dressed
Right,
like
for
this?
those of you that have joined the channel and don't know what's going
Come on,
on, we have
it'll be
just
worth
reached
your time,
Skyhold,
I promise.
and we are running through all the cutscenes where
Evening. Iron Bull.
we get to
My
talk to
merc band just
everybody.
joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Thank you for joining
Mira.
my channel. My name is
I was
Madison the
guard
Mad
captain
Goddess.
for Lady Pendel.
Feel free to say
Signed
hello.
gun after shit blew up at the conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. She doesn't talk much.
Huh.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
Alright,
What about you, Mira?
we'll skip
I
this.
saw what happened. I don't think the chance.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink. I know every soldier under my command.
Yeah,
don't
well, he's
have that
sitting right
option,
over there,
But a
so...
few faces might help.
And he's my mod, so...
You made it sound like you didn't like the Inquisition.
There isn't anybody
don't
else I
always tell the
trust to
truth when you're
moderate my room yet.
You've gotta poke them a bit.
But those two soldiers might think you're an asshole.
So,
Yeah, he's usually playing whatever. Rust.
It was good to get that perspective.
Some
yeah.
car game.
Sounds like we could use an easy
Some
win for
farming
boys like
game.
Tanner.
Some weird.
And vets
Just a
like
whole
Mira
bunch.
have
He's
seen
got a
enough to be
shit ton of
wary.
games.
You've got a good army coming along. Remember that, no matter what comes next.
Do you play Fallout 4? He plays Fallout 4 as well. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what happened to my skybox. And Sarah. Oh, I took your advice and I did create a Canary female and romance Sarah, and it was
So,
freaking
Inquisitor.
hilarious.
It is Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Droste, what do I step in?
Maybe nobody saw this coming, but you knew how I got the job.
I know what people said, but people believe all sorts of shite when they're scared. Swear at a farmer and you've cursed his crops. Spill the salt and you're dead by dawn. Dance through town in a goat's head and children people never had go missing.
I can't help you if you don't explain what's wrong exactly.
It's got to be nonsense, doesn't it? What kind of screwed
Sarah's got a makeover
I mean,
in
that
this one.
Corypheus thing. A magister,
I forgot
right?
to take it off
Story
whenever I
is
was
he
done
cracked the
romancing
Golden
her.
City, but that's a hazy dream. If not, seat of the maker, real thing. A seat needs a book, so the maker, real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world, real things. It's too much, isn't it? How pretty are you that I actually think this shite is possible?
You joined to help the little people caught up in this, but do you believe or not?
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Corypheus believe in those.
Corypheus.
Good enough? Please be good enough.
Keep calling it nonsense. That perspective will keep the Inquisition grounded.
Oh, I can do that. Sure could use a few more people shouting no. We fight, the bad things go away, everyone calms down, and everything goes back to normal. A nice, well-paid normal.
You're starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit? Thanks for all this, and I'll see you here. Right, yeah?
Alright. Let's start at the top of the tower. And then, and then I have to judge Alexius. Magister Alexius. Yes.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Alistair Jr.
The names of those we lost.
They could be brothers.
You must blame me for this. We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
Cully Wully.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven. You look out for your people. That's a good thing. Is it? My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives. Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter. Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus... We're better than Corypheus.
Think about that, Liliana.
Yes? The Divine's death hit you hard. Oh. You are referring to my outburst in the Haven. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong. Sometimes it's best to talk these things out. We won the day, and I thought the Maker smiled on me. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand. Thank you.
My character's so understanding and compassionate.
Let us think more pleasant thoughts. Anything I should know? It seems that the Orlesian army is awaiting our next move. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause. Others are still suspicious. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
Carry on.
I'll leave you to your work.
I like how she doesn't even say goodbye or anything. She's just like, okay, whatever. Yeah. You'll leave me to my work. Good.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope...
You're taking over the duties of Maeve?
Yes.
What is she doing?
I wasn't told.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic a dangerous endeavor. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why.
Hang on
my skills are well
second.
used in my current position.
Okay. I had to look at something.
How can you serve the
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your efforts as leader of the Inquisition. I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
What is your...
Adequate.
Oh, that was a
based on
stupid
the partial
question.
improvements to
We just
Skyhold.
got here.
As you were.
Of course
Yes,
it's adequate.
Inquisitor.
Alright, read this book. Not open the door. Read the book. Ooh, almost level 9.
Greetings, Inquisitor. That is your title now,
Forgot about
yes?
Fiona.
I should thank you.
Did
The
we
way
discuss
things
this
ended in
before or
Redcliffe,
not?
you could have
That
demanded
Fiona is
anything you
possibly
wished.
Alistair's mother.
Yet you chose to make us equal partners. I was not expecting that.
You rebel...
I knew you, of all people, would understand. I I've been a Grey Warden, Grand Enchanter, leader of a rebellion.
I think she is. She's too curious about Alistair. She's way too curious about Alistair.
As you're no doubt well aware. Mine is an unusual.
And I think that when she was a Grey Warden, getting pregnant is what probably undid her tie to the Blight.
Of what made me a warden. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first warden ever to be kicked out. Quite the...
You sound happy about it.
Becoming a warden seemed like a dream when I was first conscripted. Towards the end,
I think it broke her conscription.
My brothers and sisters, they felt I had somehow cheated death. It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a warden.
You mean you began the Mage Rebellion?
Still, despite all the chaos, I would do it again. What happened had to happen.
You're not...
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the Circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the Circles will one day be resurrected. If so, another will take the position.
Take my watch off.
Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
If I can find out where it connects.
You believe they'll recreate the Circle of Magi after all this?
It depends on who the next divine is, and what she offers.
Oh, come on, watch, get off.
We can't go back to the way things were.
Honey, take that off.
But endless
Just
warfare benefits
pull
no
it out of its hole.
That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another solution.
Thank you. It's rubbing up against my desk and it's getting on my nerves.
I've been meaning to ask. How
Mages constantly found their way to us while we were there. Stragglers. Most of them strangers. I had no way of knowing some were actually Tevinter. They spread whispers, encouraged talk of an alliance. I'm not proud of our choice. But we were certain Templars were...
I'll leave you to it.
Before you go, Inquisitor...
the question.
In Redcliffe, after we left, did you perhaps speak with King Alistair? Considering who you are?
He wasn't in the mood to talk.
It's just that I knew his father, Marek, back when I was a warden.
Oh, that's rather interesting. Does he know that?
No, he doesn't. And he shouldn't. I only wanted to know if he was happy. His father had such hopes for him.
Yeah,
Don't
something a
mind
little
me,
suspicious
Inquisitor.
about her
The concerns of
curiosity.
an old woman. Nothing more.
Just a little tad bit suspicious. Dorian,
Brilliant,
one of my
isn't it?
favorite characters.
One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes?
Exactly.
Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
I was distracted. That's all.
Distracted? By my wit and charm? I have plenty of both.
Today, at least.
Oh, you wound me. I always assumed the elder
So
one
do
behind
I.
the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter,
I
they
adore
say
Dorian.
the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters, a dark spawn.
Who does the
All right,
Imperium say
don't care.
started the Blight?
Is that a surprise? But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City...
We only know what Corypheus claims to be.
True. He might be a convincing liar.
He's a good
or
romance option,
delusional,
too.
Or insane. But how many delusional maniacs are going to have... I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth. But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
Last I checked, The Blights hadn't actually destroyed the
Oh,
world.
I picked the wrong option.
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really do the job. No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
That's not why I'm doing this.
I knew there was something clever about you. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Thanks, Dorian.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius's son. He went to the Magisterium. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Yes.
Are you alright?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
He should be an example for others to follow, or his death is wasted.
Should I spread the word? We could spawn the cult of Felix within a matter of days.
There are worse things.
Probably true. And you're right. His actions should not be forgotten. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thales.
Oh, yeah, the one part about Skyhold I hate the most is acquiring all of Cole's dialogue options. All 5 of them. So many people to talk to. Still. Ah, Mother Giselle. Well, come on, get on with it, Mother Giselle.
My Lady Inquisitor, I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Is that a note of distaste I detect, Mother Giselle?
I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas.
I've never spoken to Dorian.
The family sent a letter. They've asked her, since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
I'm not even going through with all that.
I feared you might... The family will send a retainer to meet the young man if he truly does not wish this reunion. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor.
I forgot that I didn't bother talking
Perhaps
to Dorian in
letter,
Haven.
If there is any chance of...
Let me go get all of that conversation pieces out of the way. And since it's so lengthy, I'm just going to skip through it.
So I take it you're Dalish? Is that the correct word here?
Yes, that's right.
We don't have Dalish clans coming northward, so I've never met... I hope this won't be an issue between us.
And I appreciate...
Excellent. Mutual appreciation is a grand way to begin.
There we go.
Beyond my
Beyond that...
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed.
I'm well aware of...
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all. Now, I am... Naturally, that's Tevinter in a nut.
What did you mean by...
The great family.
Come on, Dorian.
They want... They got me. A cautionary...
Why would you...
Because I reject... If they had their...
I should have talked to him when I had him in Haven.
The honor, and thus it's best
I'm getting the...
On the contrary. Sadly...
Because it's so lengthy.
Not everyone feels that way. I don't.
It just...
It might sound... We are laden. We treasure... And... If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope...
Why?
Not matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. I can do more for Tevinter here. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them. That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
You're so full of it, Dorian.
I'd like to ask...
Yeah. Probably why they... Alright, that one... I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Just...
Oh.
Not at all.
That's what any Magister would tell you. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic are two different things.
What's considered
People probably
actual
come into
blood
the room and drop out because I'm skipping conversation pieces.
That's where
I
we
don't
get
care.
Behind closed. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest.
You'd think the Templars would object.
Once their investigations might have been. Nowadays,
I don't
only
get
the
commission
friendless
for
are
this,
accused.
so... Nah.
Most of them probably innocent. Of course, I do, and I'm not entirely alone. Okay. Meanwhile, that most learn to keep quiet. Me? Ah, that is true.
And...
Not back home, it's how it is. Slaves are...
You think...
I didn't say they like it. In the South, you have... Back home, a poor man... Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think innocent...
I
don't know what it's... But I suspect you don't know either.
This is so damn lengthy with Dorian.
Strange? The Magisterium rules. That Magisters are all mage...
What is the Magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the
The
only part
worth having a seat on.
It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I like when you romance Dorian and he calls you, when he says, lead the way, Amatus.
Upper class. If you're a mage and
I see
if
the
you're not a mage
Inquisitor
at
likes
all,
to play
you're
with
Soferati.
fire.
That's everyone else.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Yes. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the...
If it's a fiction, that means Major...
Yes. And, let me put it this way. If you're not from the right... The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can...
Technically. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from
So I've heard.
So they hold out hope. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the...
Being a quaestor isn't a...
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting
I rarely
numbers
take
and shuffling
Dorian out
papers
until
all day
he gets
is
a little
better
bit
than many
higher
occupations
of a
after
level.
all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, you're out.
Let me ask...
Of course.
Oh, the Chantry.
You people aren't supposed to talk. If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face. But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
Is the Imperium...
Not in theory. Back home, perhaps it started with good intentions, but the...
There are so...
We don't have we have Templars as well.
They don't use...
Ha! They watch for... Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smart.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium,
Oh, no.
he's the true Divine. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste.
There is a current romance glitch with Dorian, and there is a
Not my
workaround with
field
that.
of expertise, but
Don't
the
talk to
Imperium
him
believes
at
Andraste
Haven.
was a mortal woman.
Once
a
you've
maid.
recruited him at
Down
Redcliffe,
south,
don't
they
talk
say,
to him at
"No,
Haven.
she's the bride
Talk
of
to
the
him
Maker,
at
ascended to his-
Skyhold.
We feel better believing Andraste. So we elected a man as divine. The South declared
So... the Imperium...
all the better to distinguish him. Don't
Kinda
think
sucks
there
that
aren't
it's
a number of
glitched, though.
female Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst throne. Because that's how it's always...
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
It
It might surprise you that it is a relic, whether back... It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
I share...
That's not surprising. I'll say this.
In me?
You saw that in the future, without you, Corypheus prevails. You are our bulwark against evil.
I'm not sure about that myself.
Doubt is good. I like doubt. It will keep you sane. Me? I've seen too much to believe I know everything. The world is bigger than I.
I'm
Even bigger
rearranging
than
my
you.
desk here.
It laughs at all the things we think we
go.
know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe. But I do.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I'd think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't, of course. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to...
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long... We've been fighting the Qunari for what? They'll sneer at the South behind... Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned. You think that matters? They'll be the Herald of Andraste. You're very... I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
You said Alexi...
He was my patron. I had a lot
Told
of
you I didn't talk to him at all in
He
Haven.
and I used to talk over brandy about... And then he... gave up. He stopped.
Why did he get...
On a journey to Hosburg. He hadn't been there. I helped him with his research for a while and then we...
That must have been
Back then. I told him to... Later, too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy.
Was it hard being away from him?
It was hard not having a... At any rate, he's fallen so low,
Have you gone to see Alex?
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. I realize it's now your job to judge him. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake.
One
Here we
last
are.
time, Dorian.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father. I see. And what does Magister Hallward want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter.
I'll let this one play out.
What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
That would be hard to do while I stood there.
He expects me to travel with Mother Giselle, although Maker knows why he'd think I would. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. But you're correct. They don't
Okay.
care for my choices, nor I for theirs.
Not a problem.
Because you wouldn't get married? Because you left?
That too.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father... We'll find out soon enough.
Alright, let's see. We need to talk to Cullen, and we need to find Cole, and start picking up Cole's dialogue options. Let's talk to Varric real quick. Get this out of the way.
That got a little...
Well, I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping none of this is... Maybe it's all... I know I need to...
We'll talk to Varric about Corypheus later. Right now, we're just gonna jump down here. Like so. And I guess we'll talk to Cullen.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander, soldiers have been assigned temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now! We set up as best we could at Haven, but
Is everything all right?
if Corypheus work on Sky, we will not run from here, Inquisitor.
How many were lost?
Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Let's go with that
Inquisitor
option.
Llewellyn. It sounds odd, don't you think? Is that the official response?
We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
Flirt.
Thank you, Cullen. Our escape from Haven. It was close.
As am I. You stayed behind. You could have... I will not allow the events at Haven to happen again. You have my word.
Alright.
Did you need something?
Did you leave anyone behind in Kirkwall?
No. I fear I made few friends there, and my family's in Ferel.
No one special caught your interest?
Not in Kirkwall.
That's all.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Let's look for Cole. There we go. Let's grab Cole.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
We're almost done with the
He
cutscenes.
can cause people to forget him,
Almost.
or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
Cole warned us about Corypheus at Haven. He saved a lot of lives.
And what will its help cost? How many lives will this demon later claim?
Oh, shut up, Vivian.
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solas. What are we dealing with?
Solas.
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But you claim Cole looks like a young man. Is it possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. And yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
In my studies, demons either possessed something from this world or were summoned and bound. They almost never look like something you'd mistake for a person.
Normally you'd be correct. But Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons were drawn through against their will, driven mad by this world. But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years.
Blah, 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 blah.
He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man. It is remarkable.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
If none of us remember him, he could be anywhere.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
Oh. Ouch.
You're feeling their pain.
It's louder this close, with so many of them.
Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
Yes, but here is where I can help. Every breath slower. Like lying in a warm bath. gone. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes. I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything.
Oh, you poor boy.
I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt.
I like his quirky banter.
There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It... The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
So hard. Alright, and it is pain.
All right. Help him.
It's all right. I want to stay.
Alrighty. We have successfully talked to every single person in Skyhold. Now that we've acquired Cole, we can grab Cole's dialogue options. And there are 5, not 4, but 5.
How do you know they won't attack
So let's start here and grab the turnips.
Someone emptied a whole
there
bag
we
of
go.
turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere.
Let's go
I
through
was gonna use them for dinner,
Solus's
and then-
antechamber here and
Can't recall who took
go grab daggers. Go through Cullen's room. They're here, right here, these 2 soldiers. Or scouts.
Strangest thing. When I reached down...
Alright, and let's see if in the tavern we can pick up the sliced plums. We might have to leave and come back to pick up sliced plums. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave and come back. So, let me go ahead and take this opportunity to judge Magister Alexius first. Welcome back. Getting ready to judge Magister Alexius. And picking up Cole's dialogue options.
Impressed. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment. Where you will sit in judgment.
Who will I be judging exactly?
Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Meaning if I haven't killed them first.
Still more lives in my hands.
You are a beacon of law, Inquisitor, as others retreat from responsibility. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Is there anyone I should judge?
Take the throne when you're ready.
Alright, I think I have the arcane skill, so I can have him researching magic for me, which I like to have him do.
You recall Gerion Alexius of Tevinter. The formal charges are apostasy. Tevinter has disowned and stripped him of his rank. You may judge the former magister as you see fit.
I remember what would have happened to Thedas if his treachery had succeeded.
I couldn't save my son.
Will you offer nothing more in your defense?
Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
Yep, there we go.
Your
Agent
magic
acquired.
was theoretically impossible, Alexius. I could use people like you. Your sentence is to serve under guard as a researcher on all things magical for the Inquisition.
Alright, so let's go ahead and take Dorian. Actually, let's collect all of Cole's quests. And we'll do that just by popping in and out of the hinterlands. Let's get all of his dialogue options out of the way. That's why I'm not taking a team. So I have to pick up sliced plums. I already picked up turnips and daggers, sliced plums. Then I have to go to the kitchen twice. Then to the tents, then to the tavern, then to the kitchen again. Such a tedious pain in the ass task. But I'm a perfectionist. I like to get all of them. So, and I don't pick up the requisition here because I've already done everything there is to do pretty much in the hinterlands. Let's go back to Skyhold and pick up sliced plums. Well, first we'll complete daggers, we'll complete the turnips, and then pick up sliced plums. Because you want to complete the first 3 before picking up the kitchen quests. Or it'll muck it all up. It'll screw it up. Swing over here. Listen to them
The
talk.
soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short, and fighting. I saw one soldier reach for his belt like he was going to draw a dagger on the man he was
That completes the daggers conversation.
arguing. Lucky he'd lost him.
These 2 soldiers will complete the turnips.
Stefan finally died. It was a blessing, really. He's been in so much pain since Haven. He was out of his mind at the end. He smiled, said he smelled his mother's turnip stew, and slipped away.
Alright. See if we can get sliced plums here in the tavern.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again.
There we
the
go.
juice is attracting flies. They're a spy.
Head back to... We'll take Dorian... Oop, no, let's not go there. We'll go here to Red Cliff Village. We'll take Dorian and we'll do Dorian's personal quest while we're here. Where he gets to confront his father and gets all bitchy angry. Gives him a bitch fest. And every once in a while the tavern does glitch on me, so I always have to save right before going in the tavern. And I think Dorian's got some PowerPoints I can apply to. At least 1 or 2. He's stuck up in the air. Nope, you're not the only one. Okay, he only had 1 PowerPoint. See, does he even have armor? Nope, I'm gonna have to get him some armor made.
Look around.
Let's have a look around. Can't do that yet. Don't have deft hands, fine tools.
The Inquisitor ended the war between the
Grandmother,
Mages.
Don't even have a rogue with me.
It's destroyed. Completely gone.
I heard.
Nope. You're definitely not the only one. I noticed that sometimes if Dorian has... If he's leveled up, that usually causes the glitch. If he's leveled up and you haven't applied in his power points, his level up points. Yay, no glitch.
Uh-oh, nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father. So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Oh, shit.
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping?
Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
I'm gonna... I'm gonna choose this option here because it's funny.
I should leave you to work this out.
Oh, no, you don't. I want a witness. I want someone to hear the truth.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
I'll need you to explain that.
Did I stutter? Men and the company thereof, as in sex. Surely you've heard of it.
This is not exactly news, Dorian.
And why should it be? Why should anyone care? I have no idea.
This display is uncalled for.
No, it is called for. You called for it by luring me here.
This is not what I wanted.
I'm never what you wanted, Father. Or had you forgotten?
That's a big concern in Tevinter, then.
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind, the perfect leader. It means every perceived flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
So that's what all of this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Oh,
Victoria,
shit.
please.
No,
if you'll only
it's
listen
real.
to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
Come on.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again. To ask him to forgive me.
Well, he wasn't expecting that one.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. I don't know if I can forgive him.
He tried to change you.
Out of desperation. I wouldn't put on a show, marry the girl, keep everything unsavory, private and locked away. Selfish, I suppose. Not to want to spend my entire life screaming on the inside. He was going to do a blood ritual. Alter my mind. Make me acceptable. I found out. I left.
Can blood magic actually do that?
Maybe. It could also have left me a drooling vegetable. It crushed me to think he found that absurd risk preferable to scandal. Part of me has always hoped he didn't really want to go through with it. If he had. I can't even imagine the person I would be now. I wouldn't like that, Dorian.
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. It wasn't what I expected, but it's something. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
Dorian.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I could go for a drink right now. But alas, I have nothing to drink.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Oh,
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side. The rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries
He is
of
such a
evidence.
sweetie, but he can be a
What
little,
would you have me tell
little
them?
fiery
The
when he
truth?
wants to be.
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
Tell me about these rumors.
Oh. I'd like to hear what these rumors are exactly.
I could not repeat them, your worship.
Repeat them? So you've shared them before.
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
That's right, humbly beg.
Well, that's something.
This sort of thing happens often, does it?
More than anyone tells you.
Until someone helpfully informs them.
There is that. She meant well, if that's of any concern. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
I wish they wouldn't disparage you. They don't know you.
Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you.
Okay, good. Alright, sliced plums. Let's finish that one up. Which would be, now they're talking about collecting spider webs. I haven't even bothered going through Egghead's conversation pieces yet. I'll do that at a later date. Here we go, completing sliced plums.
The spiderwebs help stop the bleeding, and they prevent wounds
Alright.
from getting infected.
So that means I can head to the kitchen now. As soon as my game populates the map. There we go. And grab the first kitchen quest. told you I'm a perfectionist, so I do this in a very specific order so I don't muck it up.
First, a full wheel of Antivan smoked
Muck it up.
cheese, and now
I'm saying
3 royals
fuck it
worth
up.
of crushed mint.
That's what I meant to say.
They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
Oh, I leveled up. Didn't even know it. Let's see, where am I going to put that? I'll put that there. Come on, let me out of the kitchen. Oh, it doesn't matter. I have to leave Skyhold anyway. If I want to grab the second kitchen quest, I have to leave Skyhold, so... Pop out, pop back in. Have you been able to acquire all of Cole's 5 dialogue quests yet, Warden of my heart? There's a specific way that you have to do it, or it screws it all up. And you want to avoid acquiring the Arcanist and getting the specializations for the Inquisitor. See, I want it out of the way because then I'll forget at what point I'm at, so it's like I do them right away. So back to the kitchen, avoiding the tavern. I didn't even know there was a 5th one until I found myself on a forum. And I don't remember what I was looking for, but it had a spoiler alert that there was a 5th dialogue quest option. So back down to the kitchen to grab this one. Sometimes this guy takes forever to talk. You just gotta wait him out.
When I find out who's been throwing
There we go. Pop out. So much fun. And you're welcome for the tip. What you want to do is you want to grab the daggers, the turnips, and the plums first. Complete those. Then go to the kitchen twice. You have to go to the kitchen, leave, go to the kitchen, leave, and then you'll see the rest. You want to finish up the breadcrumbs before the other kitchen quest, or it'll ruin it. That's why I'm popping in and out of the hinterlands. And then I gotta talk to Blackwall. So he can say, meet me at Storm Coast and I'll explain everything. And he doesn't. He chickens out. So once you've gone to the kitchen twice, you want to come around here, this way. You want to avoid going into the tavern at all cost. I know you do. And listen in on this conversation.
That soldier I told you about? He's still hanging on. It's a miracle after what he went through.
After they've talked, then you can go to the tavern.
I'm not going to die until winter comes.
Inquisitor.
and listen in on the cook.
The funniest thing I've...
Alright. Pop out one last time. And then head back down to the kitchen to complete the kitchen, the one that we the cook kitchen quest. And then talk to Cole, and you can get all 5 of them done. And you get great approval for that. Pop out. I must have a requisition in the hinterlands because I didn't see her wanting to talk to me. Finish this up and then talk to Cole and get that done. I ran through getting the Skyhold so quickly I didn't even get a chance to go to the Storm Coast except to acquire Iron Bull. And this completes the last one.
It wasn't so bad today. The cook was in a jolly mood.
And that's it. Yeah, well, at least Storm Coast is short. It's small. Oh, let me grab that. I really want to, Patron of the Arts, I really, really want to have the opportunity to find a way to collect all the songs and acquire that achievement.
We could have stopped before that black hole.
I've gotten, I think the best one that I've gotten was all of the High Dragons. Slaying all of the High Dragons, which was no easy feat.
What are you doing?
Listening. Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears. Back. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond. Tin jangle as the blood spills. Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry.
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger.
Can you do something for her?
Yes. It's okay.
What? Who are you?
They lie there.
I don't...
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute.
Yeah, I can't remember what character I did that on. I think it was Etienne.
You can't...
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck
I
out
always go
to
after
Aunt
the weird
Eloise's pond.
names.
You want it to be your fault, but there is no reason. It wasn't your fault. Better.
She doesn't blame herself anymore?
Not as much. It was bouncing around inside her. Now it's open. She'll get it out. Thank you for letting me help her, but it helped.
Alright, so let's go back to the tavern and finish up those conversation pieces for Cole. I hate stairs. Me and stairs are not very, very good friends.
Roderick was sorry before he died.
Yeah, I don't care about Roderick.
I wasn't aware you and Roderick were acquainted.
Needed help to walk. Limping. He called me a fine young man. He said he...
Did he tell you what?
Blood everywhere. The heralds. Voices in the chantry. So long since I'd felt it. He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Here we go.
I've heard about some oddities.
Yes. Maybe. What was it?
Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers.
They were safer there.
Safer than on someone's belt, where...
They would have been sad later.
Can I assume your response...
They don't smell the same, raw.
You needed that soldier to smell them so he could die thinking he'd gone home.
He did go home.
Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's a...
Spiders need to eat.
And healers need something to treat infected wounds.
The plums are already dead. But they don't mind helping.
Have you been stealing bread and throwing it onto the battlements?
You couldn't see the birds if I left it on the ground.
I heard of a badly injured soldier who's fighting to stay alive until winter. The healer said that every morning, the soldier watches the birds eating bread on the rooftop.
It's not winter until the birds leave.
Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Then the cook laughs at the cats instead of yelling at the scullery maids.
Kitchen fires are hot, like when Haven burned. The old cook lies under rocks, his head is in pieces. She needs to make it all work, so nothing will burn again. But if she laughs, she forgets for a while. So many voices hurting.
See? Greatly
Needs no one
approves.
meets. Tiny chances to make them better. You understand.
I appreciate what you're doing, Cole.
Too many to ever be done. But everyone gets a chance.
Alright. Blackwall.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better.
There's your man.
It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
I hope there's more than just the work keeping you here.
Well, there's you, of course. The Inquisition is nothing without its herald. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
What is this grand tourney?
You've never heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
That was generous of him.
He said I stood to gain everything, while he'd lose nothing. When it was over, he offered to mentor me, to teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. My life would have been very different if I'd followed him. I regret that. But now I believe I made the right decision after all.
What changed your mind?
You did. Our paths may never have crossed if I'd gone with the old Chevalier. I could never regret this life. Not with you in it. I hope you can forgive me for pushing you away.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
But I can't just ask you to trust my reasons blindly. I owe you an explanation for what I did. But not here.
If it's important to you, then it's important to me.
Thank you.
Well, since I've never opened up the Storm Coast before, actually I can save my game now that I've finished my coal stuff. It's gonna take a while to get to that point. But now I can get to some fighting. Alright, thanks for popping in. It was nice chatting with you, and have a great, wonderful day. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Alright, so now we have to open up the Storm Coast here. Since we kind of rushed through and getting to Skyhold, we never actually came to the Storm Coast except for the one time to recruit Iron Bull. Or the Iron Bull. We got ourselves a ghoulie up there. Oh, and I have to move everything back to where it was originally in the first place. Unlock the Codex, Hurlock, and Darkspawn. Sweet! Explanations. We need to turn that off and turn on cleaning house. Advance to the rendezvous point. Which was right.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
Done that, Mabari. There's one more, guys. Right there. Alright, let's grab ourselves some loot. Some vendor trash. Soldier's nemesis, that's not bad. We put that on Sarah. Don't really take her out anywhere. I really don't use the rogues except for Cole when it comes down to later in the game.
These must be the missing soldiers.
We should see that their families are notified.
Need 2 serpent stone.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian. It seems there's a way to challenge their leader.
Hessarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
They have traditions. These men were just following a code.
Yeah. Let's go grab that serpent stone. Hopefully it'll give us 2. Because it's right down here at the bottom of the hill. I didn't mean to attack. Oh, guess now is a good time to attack. Get a little closer. Don't be shy. How in the world was a Mabari hound carrying cotton? I'd like to know. Ah, there we go. Let's make the Mercy Crest. Oh, that's right. I have the Dwarven puzzle box at the Hinterlands to do. Alright, let's put on Mercy's crest. And let's go find these bandits and challenge their leader. So we can go ahead and recruit them. They can join forces with us. Yes. Oh, this is a long stream. 1 hour and 43 minutes so far. Wow. Skyhold took forever. I'm going to pause the game here. I'm going to end this stream and restart a new fresh stream. So be right back.